Is another real estate downturn really looming? Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. Just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. Hope everybody's doing great. So my top reasons, take your pick. I would say throw a dart at a map and you're going to hit an area at risk of a real estate downturn. And the realities are that there's my number one reason. And listen, friends, I own real estate. I will take a hit in the next real estate downturn. I'm licensed to buy and sell real estate. I do a ton of that. I'm here giving straight talk because I've seen this movie before. It's called 2008. And you might have too. Here's my challenge with anybody that's lived through the 2008 era. Unless you've done it as a bill-paying adult and suffered some of its blowback, you have no idea what's going on. Listen, friends, insanity, right? Experience will always outweigh book smarts, data, call it whatever you want. And when you've tasted that type of experience before, it leaves a taste in your mouth you will never, ever forget. So while anybody can report on what the data is showing, let me just tell you one thing. I can report to you what people are thinking. And this is a people-driven business. As much as you want to AI it and get into the data, people's minds can change overnight. And that's scary. That's scary. It's called, in fact, contagion. We could have something newsworthy happen that would just shock these markets. And because it's already teetering on what? You guessed it, a razor's edge. Why? Why is it teeter? Well, many reasons. But the number one reason is this, friends. I don't care how you slice this thing. And again, I make money in real estate. I work for the biggest brokerage in the world. I'm helping more people buy and sell real estate than any other agent in America, courtesy of this YouTube channel. And you guys, thank you. My job's to protect you. And so you understand the waters you're swimming in. To put your needs before my own. Good luck finding any agent out there. Even on my best days, I have a hard time doing that at times because we're so conditioned to just sell at any cost. Not worth it. Like I said, I've tasted this before. I know what it feels like, and I don't want to see that happen to any of my clients. I don't want to see it happen to any of my viewers, and that's why I'm here today, ringing the bell, sounding the alarm, reading between the lines, and looking between the economic cracks to see what percentage of likelihood we should put on a real estate downturn occurring. Now, first of all, friends, we can take a lot of the thinking out of this, in my opinion, for me personally, and I know a lot of you are probably going to agree. Anytime, doesn't matter how, anytime the real estate market exhibits bubble behavior, and I think we all should be able to agree. I know if you're in the industry, you're going to have a hard time letting this come out of your mouth. But this exhibited bubble behavior. What constitutes bubble behavior? Overnight appreciation to never seen before highs. That is a real estate bubble. So your only line of defense, potentially, if you're still out there trying to paint that picture, insanity, this stuff. Insanity. This time is different. That's one of the things. This time is different. Last crash was due to ninja loans and loose lending. We had that going on. It wasn't necessarily, kind of ninja loans and a little bit of loose lending. People were using their pandemic income stimulus to qualify for loans. We're seeing it out there. And most people walked right in to the trap. Right into the trap, whether it was a car lot or a model home, you walked right into the trap and somebody got you sold and they didn't care about you. And they didn't tell you, hey, your car is no longer going to be worth what you paid for it. Your payment is going to be too big for you to sustain this once inflation hits. Nobody's going to tell you that. We're designed to sell. Nobody's going to tell you when you buy a house. Hey, just for kicks and giggles, I'm Scott Walters. I went ahead and checked out the rent range of your property. And good news, your payment's right within it. You know what that means? Someday you could always put a renter in here and I can get you your next house and we can stack up a few properties. Wouldn't you like that opportunity, or wouldn't you like to hit the pillow at night knowing if something happens to you, your job or the economy or your health? Thank you very much. I know how that feels right now. Thank you for all the prayers. I've still been fighting this long cold. Man, this insanity. The world we live in today. But the reality is there's a right and a wrong way to buy real estate. And I've done it both. I've done it both, my friends. I've got good real estate today, and I've let go of bad real estate. And insanity. But the reality is this. Here's my main points today, friends. Numero uno, we let the market exhibit bubble behavior once again, and it had no organic growth. It was artificially stimulated due to a lack of inventory, courtesy of a lockdown, dropping of interest rates, pushing FOMO, the people wanting to get those loans, and then kicking the can down the road way too far. We should have risen rates long before we did. We waited till we had to. Till inflation reared its ugly head and it was too late. Now we're going to raise rates. And we overheated. This is the dangerous part. Again, I love real estate, so don't get me wrong. This is the most dangerous part. Not only did we overheat the real estate market and let it exhibit bubble behavior, what is the real estate market as a whole? You guessed it. If you didn't, you're about to learn it. It's the biggest asset class in the world. Not in your block, not in your city, not in your town, not in your state, not in the country, in the world. That's why we had so much foreign investor involvement in our real estate bubble. It got way too forked. So if we lose it, friends, make no mistake, none. Let's be very point blank on this topic, on this issue, on this point. If we lose the U.S. real estate market, if it crashes, it will have a global recession attached to it. Not just a national, a global recession. Well, why do I know that, guys? Of course, I'm going to tell you. Because the last 2008 era ushered in a global financial crisis. Now, here's the challenge, friends. Here's the million-dollar question. Nobody can answer this. I don't have a crystal ball. I have experience. Sometimes I wish I didn't. And I've been a little desensitized by this whole real estate bubble. I've got to be completely transparent, which I always am. I'm a little desensitized. I'm kind of tired of hearing about it, right? I know you guys are too. But the reality is this. We have to hear about this, right? We have to understand the waters we're swimming in so we're prepared if and when it happens. I want you physically, spiritually, and mentally, and financially conditioned. That's what I want for myself. That's what I want for my viewers. That's why I'm here today talking about these things. So listen, friends, we could go over the points, which we will cover a few more. First of all, number one, the biggest bubble ever witnessed in human history. Overnight appreciation, never seen before highs. Bubble, no matter how you slice it. Artificial growth, no organic growth. A crisis-driven bubble. That's scary. The amount of money poured into circulation, a fraction, 10%, 20%, 50%, doubled. We doubled the amount of money in circulation. It got euphoric out there. People pouring into new cars, new Teslas now, or apartment buildings. They got to charge them at parking lots. People used to be reserved for the wealthy. Not anymore. Everybody's piling in. This stimulus money got way out of hand. Then the real estate frenzy that transpired was way crazy. I mean, nobody's ever seen anything like a line around the house, multiple over asking price offers, and waiving contingencies, not knowing the health or the fitness of your house, faulty construction on new homes. That goes on. That's all the things that happen in a real estate bubble. That's just the realities, friends. So now it's like, what do you do moving forward? Okay, Scott, so you've proved your point. Yeah, real estate bubble. Get it. But is it going to crash? I hear agents saying this time is different. That was one of the most popular, probably, comebacks to the real estate bubble. This time is different. If there's anybody out there still saying this time is different, they don't peek their head out of their own street or area or city. You got to understand real estate is local. And all it takes is one city to fall. And we're seeing plenty of that right now, to take other areas along for the ride. But today's potential downturn and isolated incidents of real estate being local having downturns is different. Much different than yesteryear. And here's why. Screen time. The screen time that we now have, contagion will run so fast. So we're one news event away from the pinprick. We're already seeing certain cities now reverse course, right? A lot of those migration cities, a lot of the remote working, a lot of the places where there was cheap land available, the deserts, the high country, the extreme weather places, that people were piling into those FOMO factory model homes and being walked right in to a deal and buying at the height of this bubble. That's just real. Hey, Listen, I almost suffered from it too. When this thing kicked off, I almost suffered from the whole FOMO thing. Well, gosh, everybody else do. I guess I should too. My phone's ringing off the hook. Then I realized, hey, what's the worst that can happen to me if I play it safe? What's the worst that can happen? I insulated myself in case of a recession. I do not regret that one bit. And I know you don't either. Now, my job, because I've helped sell and buy a lot of real estate, I know there's a lot of areas like where I'm sitting today that's going to be recession insulated. You might be sitting in one of those areas today too. Let me repeat. You might be recession insulated. That doesn't necessarily mean you're recession proof. Correction, you're good. If we stay in correction phase, you're good. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here. Correction definitely is here. If it keeps going, we will hit the recessionary level of a downturn, a 2008 style downturn. You can't rule that out. I mean, you've got to understand this one has way more moving parts and pieces that created this bubble that could potentially pinprick it as well than the 2008 era. If we can't stop it, there, my friends, we will go through what you or I haven't lived through is a depression level of a downturn. Those are the realities. Those are the three levels of a downturn. So you've got to understand the perfect storm was created with low interest rates, lack of inventory, and stimulus. That's all we needed to create this bubble and let it go way too long. And now Wall Street being so infiltrated into the market itself, right? We see what's going on. This will point to the eventually you'll own nothing but be happy society. I mean, we're moving towards that, right? But for now, let's just stick with real estate because it is the temperature gauge that we have to watch. You can lose some other asset classes. Car market can go sideways, some other things. You lose jobs, you lose houses. We have a lot of empty retail space and commercial tied to banks. We are one hiccup, one news event away from really the whole narrative just being flipped on its head. But even if we don't get it, the realities are this, and this is something you and me and everybody watching today has to ask themselves. One simple question. Can the biggest real estate bubble in human history sustain itself? And I was going to say artificially created because it was the stimulus and the crisis, and none of that was organic growth. So it's unorganic growth. But even if I left that out, just paint it as a bubble. It's a real estate bubble. We got another one on our hands. Can it sustain itself? What's history? What's the historical data tell you? It tells you it can't. It tells you it can't. Not when we do what we just did. A little bit of bubble behavior? Maybe. But one thing's for sure, we've got a massive amount of headwinds. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a real estate guy who wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand the waters you're swimming in now, friends. They're shark infested. You need to be very, very cautious. If any time right now, calculated risk, no problem. You want to buy or sell a house? No problem. Let me help you. Let me help you make sure you're making a wise decision. You need a soundboard. You need somebody to talk to that's in the industry that doesn't have commission breath. They just walked out of a sales meeting to get you to buy at any cost. My job is to always give it to you and give it to you straight. And that's why I'll be here to blow the lid off this every step of the way. Because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media link in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. Be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well, or simply reach out to ScottWaltersRealestate at Gmail. We'll find you there. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. God bless. I'll see you on the next video.